it's Cyber James Budgets, and today is week 4 of savings challenges. So I have $40 to save this week. I plan to work on the challenge that I created recently, as well as continue on some of the challenges that I've been working on. And since I completed a challenge last week, I put a new one in this binder as well. And I think we're ready to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the challenge that I made, which is a $100 challenge. So I'm going to set this aside for the moment, pull out the funds here. Yep, that's everything. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 1, 2, 3 5s, 20, and then 40 with those 2 10s. So like last time, I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 times with this 6-sided die. 1 and 3 will be singular ones. 2 and 4 is going to be a 5 slot. And then 3 and 6 are going to be the $10 slots. Already going off with a 6. I think there's only 4 of those in here. Yeah, so seems like this challenge in particular is wanting to go straight for the higher bill denominations. Come on. There we go. So that was 10, and then 1 more. 2. So that would be a 5. Luckily, I didn't have to fill up all my 10 slots at once, right? So I'm just going to go to the first part of the 5s and slide that in here. So that's $15 saved. Still making really good progress on this new challenge. So like last time, I'm going to set up the other challenges where I roll, and we'll add funds from there. So while I'm setting up, how has everyone been lately? I have had an extremely busy week, as you may have noticed with me being offline more than I usually am. But you know, it happens. There's nothing wrong with that. Wish we had some more rain though, because it's been really, really hot as of late and dry. There's not much that can be done there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the roll the dice savings challenge from prop budgets. This one I'm going to roll for 2 rounds on here and proceed from there. Guess I could just leave that on top. Okay. So our first is a 4. So let's see if I can find a 4. There we go. I think I'm going to condense down and swap in a 5. And then let's do 1 more on this challenge. 5. So I'll do this 5 right up here. Slowly but surely making progress through this challenge. I think I'm gonna go ahead and condense this a little more. Let me make sure I pulled everything correctly though. Let's see, that would be 10, 18, 21, 25, 30, 33. So that's 10, 20, 30, 1. See, this is what happens when I don't invest in a calculator. I have to spend a few minutes doing the mental math, but let me double check. So that's 10, 20, 9, 11, 31. Not 33, 31. That is 31 in here. So I'm going to pull these 2 5s, swap out for this 10. You know, It's tempting to just go ahead and pull the trigger on that Amazon order, if only to justify getting the calculator here. But I'm trying to save. I feel like I'm starting to get limited by my lack of gear, which is okay. That means that I'm getting to a point where I need something, right? So it's not like a super want, and that it's justifiable to some extent. We'll see what happens. The other part of my life, I spent a little more than I anticipated, but that was mainly because I ended up in a major city last minute. So I wanted to stock up on a few things that I can't get where I live. And also, with the looming threats of tariffs, and most of the stuff that I was getting was Japanese imports, I made the decision to go ahead and restock. That way I'm good for the next several months. And I haven't done this sort of restock for, gosh, since November. I don't know how long that is. But off the top of my head, what would that be? This is month 8. So 9-ish months. So to have a little bit of a spike in spending for a restock that hasn't occurred in 9 months, basically, I'd say is quite okay given the circumstances. Some of it was nonsense. Like I got a couple of blind boxes just for funsies, like I do whenever I have a few Japanese grocery stores near me. Well, I don't physically have them, but just around. If I'm around one, I'll go ahead and do it. So what I have here is I'm continuing on with the Reynolds Budgets Summer Challenge, the Bookish Mama Budgets Shark Challenge, and as you can see here, we only have 5 left. All Things Purple by Prop Budgets, this cute little Coffee and Cats scratch off, also by Prop Budgets, and then this new one by Budgeting with Kim. And I'm just trying to keep in line with the summer theme. So, like last time, I'm going to do 1 through 5. If I have a 6, I'm going to reroll. If I have a repeat, I'm going to reroll as well. So let's begin. But yeah, going back to the blind boxes, and I'm just going to roll here to put in an amount. It was one of those, one would have been fine, but I ended up getting several more than that. Mainly because I only do them when I travel. Like, that's kind of the stipulation that I put on myself. And I think I only got 4 this round of various sizes, but yeah, that was one of those, I didn't really need to do that. I also really only like one of the ones that I pulled. And then I also got pulled in by some trading cards that they had at this bookstore. But, you know, that is so rare for me to do that I'm not worried about it at all. Like, a little bit of a spike, especially after running lean for many, many months now, it's not a bad thing. So I'm going to reroll. And 1, so that's going to be 2 over here. And I think I might condense down as well. And it's all about going back to other things, balance. Because I've been doing the whole not really spending on things, not really doing too much lately, so it was kind of nice to let loose for once, considering that I've been pretty tight with my finances as of late. I mean, right now I'm pulling my snack money to do this. So if that's not running lean, I don't know what is. Okay, I'm gonna condense down, let's see, 5 1s for sure. If I have another 5 in here, I'll go ahead and do that. Yep. That's gonna help a lot with this. Oh wow, could probably do the other 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And count up everything and make sure I have the right amount here since I was shuffling a few times. So there's 17 15 in hand, so clearly something isn't right. That's 10, 20, 21. So I need to steal 4 of these ones back. That is 5, 10, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 21, 22 should be. The fallacies of using your brain as a calculator at this level. Okay, moving on. 2. So that's going to be our Bookish Mama budgets. Yeah, so traveling, you sometimes spend a little more, but that's part of the fun. And everything in moderation, right? If I completely just skip doing everything, I would completely go nuts. So I think it's good to do something special every once in a while. 5, 10, 15, 16, 18, 20. And here I have, that's 5, 10, 22. Now, did I plan all that? No, not entirely. I planned some of it. I just went higher than I originally thought I would. And that's, again, because I found some things that I would never find where I am locally. So I was just trying to stock up. And that is okay. 1, the Reynolds budgets again. But yeah, overall, I've been doing really well with my savings. I have a major maintenance item in the next few months, so I've been saving up for that outside of what I'm doing here. What I'm doing here, I'm trying to allocate specifically towards paying down some debt and having that separate from maintenance, which I feel should be its own category, especially when it's a very high price tag like I'm having to deal with pretty soon. You know, it'll all get taken care of. Oh, I think what I did last time is I rolled again to figure out which one to scratch. So I'm going to count 5, and I think I'm going to do this inner one here. Yeah, I know I haven't really talked about my main budget very much here, but it's one of those things where I can shuffle some items around a little bit, but as long as I hit the major stuff, then I'm okay. And in this case, with it being a triple paycheck month for me, or I guess magic month, as we say here, and this is going to be $2. Because of that, I'm not worried about it at all. Like, I'll still be able to do my maintenance and not think about it too hard. Gonna re-roll that. But it's kind of like I may finish this Reynolds budget sooner rather than later. But to finish that thought, it's like I prioritize what I need to prioritize in my budget and make sure I have savings and all that. But I'm trying to go that extra mile, right? To try and complete things sooner. I wish I didn't have a big maintenance session coming up soon, but, you know, it's just a part of life, and I would rather be able to afford it and save up for it and not have to, like, give up the things that are important to me than have to push further and just be at that critical point. So right now I only have $2, and I'm not going to finish anything today. I can see that. Hmm. You know, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in my $100 challenge. And that way I could fill up some of those one slots for a change. But yeah, it I've just been running such a lean budgeting situation that it was nice to let loose and I'm not hurting for it, which is a good thing. And I'm still making sure that my life is together. It doesn't always seem that way, but things are getting done. Just today, I was able to do some more maintenance, and I actually didn't get charged for it, which was nice. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I will pull the trigger and buy those upgrade materials. Have to check my budget, of course, but I think I'm getting to a point now where it actually would make things a lot easier and smoother. And, I've been at it for almost a month now. About a month. I mean, 4 weeks is practically the month point, right? So even though I said 2 months, I'm kind of leaning towards going in, but we'll see what happens. So, anyways, thanks everyone for watching and for taking the time to comment and like my videos. It does mean a lot to me. I appreciate all of the support. So, thank you all again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.